Kawhi Leonard is back. After having a pretty good start to the season and missing some time with an injury, Kawhi now has been averaging nearly 36 and 5 on almost 50, 40, 90 splits. This dude, in his historic NBA career, where the man has won DPOY, he's been in the MVP conversation, is arguably having the greatest season of his career. And this has completely resurged this LA Clippers team, who have now won 5 straight, are tied with the Memphis Grizzlies to get into the play-in. And frankly, now this team is looking like they have gone to the next level. And it is purely because Kawhi Leonard has stepped it up. So let's look at what Kawhi's been able to do as a scorer to take this team to the next level. What I think Kawhi has ultimately done differently is the aggression. Usually Kawhi, it will have I will say, like a much better version of Jimmy Butler, where he'll have regular season game where he's kind of cool. He obviously will score more and put in more effort, I would say, than Jimmy in a regular season, but you get my point, right? Like, he'll sort of dial back. But I think with the way the Clippers had started off their year, and then Kawhi coming back after they had gone on a really rough stretch without him, actually, because they were like 2-11 or something of the sort without Kawhi. So now that Kawhi's back, I think he realizes the burden that he has to step up and take over, right? And then you just sort of get plays like this where Kawhi can just play as aggressive as he wants, gets downhill, and you know he's invested when he's when he's unironically talking to the referee, right? Does a great job there breaking out Tobias Harris, getting to his mid-range spot, and this guy's a robot. We know this. Like, the way that he likes to score is the same every time. I love this shot right here. Gets it up, gets Thompson to bite, pulls up. Now you have 2 dudes in front of you, and it doesn't matter. Like, when Kawhi gets what he wants to do, right, and he can just kind of go, there's just nothing that can stop him, right? The dude's been shooting about 40% from 3 on a really good volume, about like 5 or 6 a game. So that dude's been a knockdown shooter, elite sniper, right? And this is with now Asar Thompson on him. And I just think Kawhi uses his complete size advantage to take advantage, uses complete size advantage to get the separation he needed. Now he's got Cade on him. And that's just another matchup you like to have, right? Because he's got the height, the strength. Kawhi's frame, I think, has been a big reason that his scoring ability has been able to stay the way that it has, because he can create that separation through his physical, physique and being able to play downhill, right? And again, the way he likes to get to his spots, he knows exactly where he likes to go, right? Like, even there with Tobias Harris, just notice, gets that separation, waits, steps back. Tobias doesn't really get a hand up, so Kawhi's able to just kind of do whatever he wants as a scorer. And I think because of Kawhi's aggressiveness as a scorer, we've seen him now be going for nearly 30 a game and being on, quite frankly, this is almost like playoff Kawhi, what we're seeing right now from him on a regular basis. Like, this is arguably, the way he's playing is a top 5 player level. Now, is he top 5 overall? Probably not. But the way he's been scoring and the way he's been putting his head down and attacking is top 5. And then I honestly want to talk about Kawhi as a defender, because I think some people, obviously in relation to him on the Spurs, underrated a little bit. Defensively, this dude has been a menace. Kawhi defensively, I think, has actually not been talked about a lot, because again, we know what Kawhi was at his peak as a defender. But even just take a look here, right? Reed Shepherd, Kawhi stays aggressive, gets a piece, and as Reed goes to throw it up so Kevin can try and finish the play, Kawhi, with his big ass hands, is able to get a paw on it and to keep things pushing, right? So then the Clippers get another offensive possession. Kawhi here now is guarding Kevin, right? They've got him on there. And again, I just think he has done a really good job of staying in his spot in the lanes. Again, now you got him on Jabari Smith. Does a great job closing over to KD, so he's able to then tip it out, get a piece as KD's trying to go up for either a pass or a shot attempt. And again, Kawhi does a great job here switching on to Şengün, getting right behind him. Again, let's just take another quick look. He starts off on KD, who tries to get the screen for Zubac, right, to get the switch. Kawhi does a good job of forcing Şengün to have to sort of start to post up, and then can get right behind him to get the poke, and then start to go and move out into transition and throw it out to John Collins, right? The way that Kawhi's been playing as a defender has been far more aggressive, right? Like, there he's just straight up swiping at KD, and I think the way that Kawhi has been playing has been nothing short of remarkable on the defensive end. But I just think people don't talk about it because we know what he used to be in terms of a DPOY caliber player. But guys, this dude's still looking like one of the better defenders in basketball. And he's looking like, now that he's locked in on offense, the defense hasn't completely faded away either, which I think, again, just goes to how incredible he has been on both ends of the floor. The dude's been a really great two-way player this year, offensively been nothing short of elite. Now defensively, he's been really, really good. And this Clipper team is looking so much better with him on the floor, playing, quite frankly, MVP levels of basketball from Kawhi. And then I actually want to talk about him as a passer and playmaker, because I think it's a little bit underrated from him because he has guys like James Harden. I think Kawhi actually does an excellent job at manipulating defenses to then create for his teammates, right? So you see here, they get the little screen and pop. And this is probably on the Blazers for not adjusting and rotating faster, but still, the way that Kawhi was able to kind of get things to start moving, then he gets, again, he basically forces a collapse, right? Gets Denny to jump. Now at this point, Robert Williams is coming in to drag. So now you've got 4 bodies, and Shaedon Sharpe has to cover 1 of 3 options. So Kawhi basically just gets it out to the closest guy he can. No one really gets a hand up, and Batum's able to get the easy knockdown 3. Now he gets on. Rob and Kamara both are stuck over by Brook, and at this point, this defender can't fully commit. Otherwise, it's going to be another swing out to the corner. Gets another 3 to fall. Kawhi has been basically able to, now that he's been aggressive as a scorer, right? Now that teams have to know that he is going to try and go and get his, now he can just wait, get it out to John Collins, because now they have to send bodies down, because you know if Kawhi is going downhill, he's either going to stop on a dime and get a midi, and you know that's going to be cash, or he's getting the rim, and you know he's going to be able to get his down there because he's still a really great finisher. Now he gets Chris Dunn on the screenplay, waits, gets 1, 2, 3. He basically almost has the whole 5. Does a great job navigating through on the pivot, getting it out to Chris Dunn, who can get the 3 to fall. Kawhi is not LeBron as a passer or a playmaker. Not at all. But when you see this, right, you have 3 guys all out there, waits, gets to the pivot, and really does a beautiful job here, because everyone sort of thinks this is going Batum, right? Sharpe tries to cover, Denny tries to cover, and instead, Kawhi is able to jump, no look, out to that corner. Ugliest no look pass, by the way, but he gets the 3 again. The way that Kawhi has been able to create for everybody on this team has been remarkable. Gets the screen here again, and the way he can just manipulate defenses, I think for this, again, Clippers team has been remarkable. Kawhi has been an MVP caliber player, and we're going to talk about that coming up. Kawhi Leonard has been incredible. This team has completely changed their trajectory from which of the 3 big names in college basketball were the Oklahoma City Thunder about to get because the Clippers gave up that pick, to now this team is tied with the Grizzlies for the play-in, have won 5 straight, and with a win and a Grizzlies loss, they're in the play-in, and they can start making a climb up the ladder, right? Because some of the teams ahead of them aren't necessarily the most stable teams, I would argue, right? The Blazers have won 3 straight. There's a chance they can go on another 2-3 game losing streak, and the Clippers can jump them. The Warriors have won 3 straight, and that's good, but there's also a chance the Warriors can kind of sputter out a little bit. All it takes, again, is that rough Steph patch, and this Warriors, standings is going to get rough. The Suns, Lakers, Rockets, that's where it gets really hard for the Clippers to make their case to fight back into the playoffs. But guys, Kawhi has been the only reason that this team is even relevant again, because when he got hurt, just for the reference, when you go on Basketball Reference and you look at the game logs, when Kawhi went out this year, the Clippers won 2 games. They lost 9. So they went 2-9 without Kawhi. And you look at their total record for this Clipper squad, and they're 18-23. They could very well have been in this playoff picture way earlier if Kawhi hadn't missed time, and I think his value has been nothing short of incredible. He's one of my favorite players in the league. So watching him, get his career high in the regular season to, averaging a 40 in a stretch, to now nearly averaging 30 and having the best season of his entire career statistically, and still being a damn good defender. I think somewhat underrated as a passer and playmaker that I've said that on just about every Kawhi video on this damn channel. And of course, I believe, whenever I watch him play and that dude goes for a midi, I always say cash. The dude is unstoppable. He's almost averaging 50, 40, 90 this year on almost 30 a game. 30 points a game he's almost averaging. This dude Kawhi has been a top 10 to top 5 player. The way he's been playing right now, there are very few players in the league that you would argue right now are playing better than him. Now, if you go overall, that's a different story. But my point is, Kawhi Leonard has completely changed the trajectory of not only the NBA, because a lot of people were already concerned that the Thunder were about to stack up and really, load the deck. But now it's a question of, are the Clippers about to be that feisty play-in the playoff team that, if you catch Kawhi at the wrong time, things can get a little ugly, because right now we're getting playoff Kawhi in the regular season. And if this maintains to even goes higher in the playoffs, all bets are off. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. That's a hard bet. But man, oh man, has Kawhi just been going off. Let me know what you guys think about this stretch from Kawhi. Do you believe in it? Do you think it's a little fluky? As always, this was Mr. Knows Hoops. I appreciate your support on the most recent videos, you guys. It means a lot. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. Share this with a friend. Share this with a buddy. This was Mr. Knows Hoops. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Peace out.